and welcome to Grace and Lottie's. Elizabeth here, going to be looking at a new set of pencils. This is one I've never tried before, so I'm a little excited to kind of see how these work, how they do, because I have no idea. I'm totally unfamiliar with these. So what are they? These are the Masters Touch pencils right here. I got the 48 count as well as the set of portrait because there were some colors in the portrait that were not in the base set, and this is the biggest set it comes in because I double checked online, like they come in 48. I would love to have a 72 because 48, but one of my favorite sets of pencils is only a 24. So if these are a good color set, you could get everything you need in a 48, which, you know, fewer, it's a little bit less to have to store, a little easier to work with. Plus we've got this portrait set right here that is 12 count with that. So even though there are a couple of repeats, I guess that gets to be like 60. We'll see. But we'll see if that was worth the add-on or not. So let's switch over to the desk cam here. We'll take a look at these. We will take off the plastic. I've also got my swatch chart here ready so we can test these. Is there? Yes, there is a little right here. Oh, this is like sealed. Like I expected it to be a little bit more sticky. There we go. Pull it out. I am kind of thankful it came in this little sleeve. I like that. Plus it's got a wrap right here. So let's see. Does this just slide off? It's not wanting to move. There we go. I had to give it a little push. Oh, my tin is a little dented. That's about, but there's nothing on the tin. That is very plain tin. Just has the little stamp with the Masters Touch. I expected it to have a little bit more, oh goodness, more packaging here. These do look pretty nice. We've got the tape here on the edge. They are definitely secure. We will give them that. Get these little tape pieces off. Yeah, this is very interesting the way it's only the edge of the pencil that has the thing. Okay, so this just sits. I didn't know if it came in. So let's kind of look here. Let's pick one that's a little darker so you can see it a little bit easier. Okay, this is Garnet right here. It says Masters Touch Fine Art Studio. So the Masters Touch, by the way, if you did not know, these are all from Hobby Lobby. The Masters Touch is what they consider their artist grade. Fine Touch is what's considered student grade. So I like that it is a dipped all the way around so we don't have an open end on the core. That's a little bit better there. They are sharpened. They look nice. I mean, everything here looks good so far. Let's look down below. Okay, so not what I was expecting because now all of a sudden we're jumping in with some of these shades here that I would have expected to be up here. Now we'll just see how those lay out. Once we swatch them and see, they do have on the back, it's actually on this. So I guess you would need to keep this. I would just cut this right here and maybe stick it on top. I do like to have those with my pencils. But they say ideal for both beginner and professional, these high quality pencils, which the price point keeps them pretty low. They fall under budget level. The soft core is formulated to prevent smearing when working with multiple layers of color, offering precise application for detailed illustration. So here are the colors that it kind of covers. Yeah, it does kind of go in with this light yellow. I don't know why this light yellow wasn't up here and this coral isn't over here. The light coral and coral, because we've got an apricot. That feels really weird because that would have, to go apricot, light coral, coral, mandarin orange would have been a normal flow. That is very odd to me. Now I can understand the pink being here going into the purples. That's not strange. And ochre and terracotta and brown, those together make sense. So yeah, these three being over here feels a little weird. Not gonna lie. So let's also look at these portrait pencils. These came slightly different packaging. They're just in the plastic that always makes me scared to death. I'm gonna cut myself. Does it have tape? It has tape. Like this is like the plastic, the cuts from this plastic, like it's like it'd be like a paper cut, but it's plastic, so a plastic cut. They are no joke. They hurt, and so it has the same sleeve, but for the packaging, they had it. So right here, you can see we have a couple of different colors. We've got a blossom, beige, khaki, a couple colors. I don't think this one had khaki in it. Yeah. So the ones that are repeated are the ochre and the terracotta right there, the brown, and that's it for the most part. Yeah. So a lot of new colors in this one. Yeah, because there's no peach over here. So yeah, so just the terracotta and the brown. So only repeating 2. So technically we got 58 pencils then with this, by adding this set on. So I think this is going to be really interesting to see. These, however, while being Master's Touch, if you look, they're not dipped. They don't look like these. I wish they did. I wish they had gone in and just made these. Now, they wouldn't have displayed as pretty because they had them up here so you could see the colors that were in the set. But at the same time, they covered the end on those, but they didn't these. I'm also noticing in the package that this guy right here isn't flat. He's sticking up a little bit. So some of the wood may be a little bit off. Yeah, look, I just rotated this and the end popped out as you're rotating, yeah. So they're not perfect. I'm not, again, the pricing on this, it's $9.99 for this set. This set here was $24, but you can get them like pretty regularly at 40% off of that. So the prices are not expensive. When you get them at like 40% off, while a little bit more expensive than Crayolas in this set becomes, I think it was like $14 for the whole set. Now I did the price comparison at normal price, but I mean, you can see at $14 for 48 pencils, not bad. They're a pretty good deal with that. So with that being said, I'm gonna hop into swatching these and then we will come back and I will have some more thoughts. And there we go. These are done with this. So, noticed something that I think does need to be addressed. These pencils have no numbers or names on them. I was already a little bit like concerned because they're slightly different than the other pencils, like because these, remember, have the dipped edge and they look real nice, like they're finished. These not having that look a little bit more like the fine touch pencils, especially considering that they don't have any way to identify the pencil other than barrel color. So that is something to know with this. I'm actually pretty let down about that. But to get all the colors, you do need it. I wanted to double check here. So let's, first things, we're gonna pull up this right here and this, and we're gonna kind of see how they look. Yeah, they're the same. The brown is the same as the brown. Terracotta looks the same. Okay, yeah, I wanted to double check those because these are actually the same, because it could be with these not being like the same style of pencil, missing this. I was concerned that they may not match, but they do. So that's good to know. So now let's look at these pencils from a perspective of what's included, what colors I like. I've got my Prismacolor right here. 48 count swatch, so we'll kind of stick this one under the camera. There we go. So we can kind of see the difference here for what they put in. See this one, the light yellow down here kind of does take the place of a cream. It's still a little more on the yellow side. This one has ginger root, which I love ginger root as a color too. This one doesn't have anything that necessarily compares to that. We have more yellow options. This one doesn't have nearly as many yellows, so if you really like yellow, you're gonna get a bigger selection here. That we don't have like a true chartreuse here. We have the apple green, which is kind of there, but not completely. That's one I would personally miss in this set. And looking around too here, this one even with this was able to squeeze in 2 metallics, which is kind of funny. We got metallic silver and gold down here at the bottom, right here. This one doesn't have any metallics, but this one doesn't have any grays. And this one has 2 grays. So if you're wanting to work with doing tones and shades and tints, that you're gonna be able to do a little bit more with this one because it doesn't have, this one did not have any grays included, whereas this one did. This one's missing some like true dark browns, like this one has the dark umber. Does not have a really deep red, such as the Tuscan red here that you could use to shadow up a red, but you can use purples to do that as well. So it's not like it's completely out of the wheelhouse of what you're going to have. I'm just trying to look real quick. True green is kind of like the light green. They both have a grass green. That's kind of funny. Very different shades though. Got a deep green, not a dark green, similar as well. We also have olives both here, which is neat. Tea green, I feel like that was kind of just a repeat of grass green. And when you've only got so many colors, kind of lets me down with that one. So that is what I see with these pencils for the color assortment. You can see them here. Looking at it as a whole in comparison, especially the Prismacolor, if you remember the Mandalama set, it's kind of a similar feel to me of the color distribution, that it's a little more bright, vivid pop art kind of color or bubblegummy type of colors in there versus a full range for which you'd be able to work with. I did like the ink blue, sorry, this is totally random, right here. Totally looks like the color of ink, like in like the really cheap Bic crystal pen, if you remember that one. So I think they nailed that color. I kind of expected it to be more deep, like an indigo. But when I thought about it, I was like, nope, that is pretty much that blue, cheap blue ink pen there. So nailed that color. So let's hop in over here and we will do our couple of tests here for erasability. Get the right shades here for that. Actually, I go darker blue here. You can kind of see the lay down here. Looks pretty good. For feel, I thought they were very similar to King Art. And Amazon Basics for feel. Just FYI for how they felt going down on the paper. It erased okay. It's not an erasable pencil. So there have been worse, there have been better. So we'll give it a 3 there. Blendability, let me pick my colors. I normally like to do a teal and a, we didn't have a lot in the teal family here with this. So we'll just kind of have to go with blue. That's light blue. We'll go with blue. And the light blue is too similar. We'll go deep blue and light blue to kind of see. Or no, we'll do the opposite shades. There we go. And cerise. There is an interesting name. We'll get to that here in a minute. So we're going to go light blue and cerise. Okay, let's see how well these go. They're layering pretty well. I'm a little bit better than I was expecting, given their feel. Even when I was pressing pretty hard, I was able to get some pink on top of that there, which I wasn't expecting. So layering is good. So there is a decent layer. It's not the 100% best, but it's actually really not bad. It layered way better than I was expecting, given the feel when I was putting them down. So let's kind of see if I kind of come in here with a white blend on that. Doing pretty good there. Let's kind of see if it has any pull. Just a little bit, not a lot with that. So I will say for blendability, we'll go with 3 again. This is my favorite test is next, the opacity test. So let's nab. Where'd the white go? Oh, I've already got it out. I'm like looking, I'm like, where's my white? I just had it. Okay, here's the big test. Let's see, can we cover up these lines? Okay, better than I was expecting. It is definitely better than the woodless pencils that they put out, as well as it is better than the Brutfinger Yellow box. So I'll say it's pretty middle of the road here. And I only compared to the Prismacolors. I do not expect these to be at the level. I'm expecting these to be more like a level below Prismacolor, like where the Design Journeys sit. So just a hair above budget. So that's why I'm giving them the 3, even though I know it's not as good as the Prismacolor for the opacity. So just to let you know, I only grabbed the Prismacolor for the distribution because it was the one I knew came in a 48 count, and I could compare kind of apples to apples with that. So hand fatigue, I'm going to give it a 3. These kind of had a rough feel to them where I had to work a little bit harder with them. And I like, so they won't get the full 4 that I normally get for ones that are like, these are fine. However, vibrancy, which is next, these are great and vibrant. As I said, they kind of have that Mondolama feel where they're kind of bubblegummy in their color. So color vibrancy, we'll give them a 4. I am picking some interesting colors for this. And next we'll look and see predictability. And one of those is the name matches the color. And there is a name in this pencil right here. Let me pull you up that I have no idea what this is. So I'm gonna have to look it up. It is called Nackarat. So I don't know if the name matches the color on this one or not, because I have no idea what that means. But kind of look at barrel color. We're just a hair lighter on the barrel color. Yeah, especially here, this light yellow, you can see it is way deeper. Let me pull up just a little bit there. Than the shade that it colors. The white matched up pretty well. Black actually had some decent coverage. It's a hair gray. Let's look at this rose that's very vivid. So you can kind of see there what the color is. I would say this one's okay. I'm going to give it a 3, not knowing what Nackarat is. So, we'll give it a 3 for that. Otherwise, I think they're pretty good. It's just there's a couple that are off, as I just showed you with that. This is the deep purple first that looked kind of black. Okay, so over here we got the price comparison at $24.99, which I think were they 24? Am I remembering that wrong? Yeah, they are 24. I don't know why I was thinking they're 22. They are priced at 52 cents a pencil, which doesn't have them be super expensive, but hold on here. Where did my phone go? I want to look up real quick to see if these have an open stock. I meant to do that. Do not come in open stock. So that answers that question right there. So you can't get these. If you use one up, you're going to have to get the whole set to replace it. So if you're looking for these for like a true artist grade and you're going to be coloring a lot, can't say I would recommend them for that, just because you're going to have a pencil you use a bunch and you're going to want to replace it, especially if you're coloring a lot with it. So that is something to take into account right there. For the price, considering that a lot of times you can get them for 40% off, which is $14.99 right now, that makes them a much better price for all of this, but I think there are some better options out there. I would recommend the Staedtler Design Journey over these if you're looking for something in the regular, in this level of pencil. I think you'll be happy with them. So you've seen what they are. You can make your own decision. That's my recommendation. If you're like, those are perfect colors for me, I love it, go for it. I'm not going to tell you not to. But that is it for today. If you've made it to this point, please consider giving this video a like as well as subscribing. I am uploading more videos and trying really hard to be super consistent. So you're going to be seeing more content here. If you would like to see me color something in one of my coloring books using these pencils, leave that down in the comments below, and maybe I'll be able to make a video doing that as well. And that is it for today. So until next time.